TK sunbathing. This looked like Portland.
Yeah, you guys know it's good. Bang, bang.
Oh,
don't do that.
Hey,
don't do that.
That's aggressive.
Don't do that.
I tried to tell y'all. I did. I said,
oh my gosh, don't get stung.
You see that, B? Yeah. It's like, oh.
B wants
to tell you guys, even though the Niners are a better team with better players, and they may be up 10 points, 14 points, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you can sleep easy, rest easy on a Kansas City Chiefs money line ticket, which is what I did. At like 5, maybe 10 minutes before the game started, I took every dollar in my wallet, all the cash that I had available, and just let it ride. And I've never been so happy and so gratified by walking back to that betting window with my Chiefs brothers and sisters.
Oh, damn them. Hey, but you know, you won. You won some money. Your pick was right. I gotta salute. It is what it is. It is what it is.
That game was incredible. First half terrible. Second half right up
Did you go? Were you in the arena? Did you go?
I did not. I went to a party at Aria where they set up. It was so crazy. So they set up these quote unquote VIP watch parties. And there's like 1,500 people in each conference room. And they set it up with individual seated couches. And then like the biggest screen TVs that you've ever seen. And they pump in the audio. They had all this San Francisco food, like clam chowder and sourdough bowls and crab and whatever. And then the fried rice with bulgogi paws. And then, yeah, see? And then they had Kansas City barbecue, which I did not partake. And then they had stadium food, which was like nachos, hamburgers. Had a waitress come up to your couch. So I did it that way. And then they brought in a mobile betting window. So you didn't have to go into the sports book with all the maniacs. So you just leave the conference room in the Aria. And they have like 6 kiosks and 6 windows where you just go and get your money.
That is a VIP experience right there.
It was nice.
That's
really nice.
Yeah, I'm tired of this Trysta coming to hang out with us here. We need to go wherever you are and hang out with you because we aren't treated the same way.
No.
Oh, guys, let me just tell you, speaking of feeling like, wow, king stuff. And I was going to stay at some BS extended stay, Motel 6 type of vibe for Saturday and Sunday because Saturday night was like $2,000, $2,500 a night at all the ones in the Strip. Sunday, same deal. So I'm like, okay, I'll just stay at the cheapest place that I can just off the Strip. So Friday comes around and my boss is like, so you said you're checking out of the Aria? And I was like, yeah, I'm checking into some, whatever, some hotel. And he goes, I'm pretty sure MGM got the hotel for you for Saturday night too. I think you're only needing to cover yourself for Sunday. So I'm like, okay. So I don't check into this like Motel 6 or whatever. Saturday. I call him to let him know, hey, need to get in Sunday. They end up like just taking my room and giving it to someone else because I'm a quote unquote no-show Saturday. So I call up the people who put together that Tom Brady event for me.
We got to talk about that.
And and I'm like, hey guys, like, could you help me out with a late checkout? Also, my hotel has been taken from me off Strip. And I boop 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 boop. Oh, we've got you set. Just keep your room at the Aria until you fly out on Monday morning. We got you late checkout for Monday too. So I was like, wow. And I tried calling the front desk to be like, hey, can you guys allow me a late checkout? And they told me, Trysta Krick by myself, no, you cannot check out. The latest we will give you is 11. And boy, oh boy, did it feel gratifying knowing I made it. I found a way in that hotel the whole time for free, which is awesome.
That is spectacular.
Hustler. Or they just be looking out for Trysta. That's what it would come down to. They be looking out for TK.
No, that's incredible. Same thing happened to me. Yeah, bitch, the homeless shelter's down the street. Good luck. Get out of my face.
Sorry, I don't know.
Get out of my face or drop $3,000 on the table, idiot. Well, good for you. Good for you. That's fire.
So that's what's happening.
Why do you just you talked about the players, blah, blah, why? I just want to get to talk Kings basketball in general. Why do you hate Kyle Shanahan?
Why do I hate him?
Yeah.
Who said
It's clear. You do not like Kyle Shanahan. Don't do that. You do not like Kyle.
What have I ever said about Kyle Shanahan besides just the fact that there was a slight coaching advantage with Andy Reid?
You didn't say slight.
It's a coaching. I like Kyle
She just
Shanahan.
did a little scratch behind the head. Like, no, I got you. I pick up on your nonverbal cues. I see you.
No, I like Kyle Shanahan. I think he's top 3 coaches in the league. Maybe. Okay. I mean, I think Andy Reid's just been doing it so long. He's already, and the thing is, I got to charge my phone because, that's the watch charger. That's not going to work. So, because my phone, of course, is already going dead. Doesn't it feel like August again? I feel like this happened when I was on this very deck.
Yeah, there was.
Back in August.
We had charger issues then.
Yeah, I think I had to
that's
go
when you were building
shade.
the deck.
Yep, that's right.
Tank top Trysta.
Yeah, yeah. Now we got hoodies and pea coats and all that. So I like Shanahan. I just don't think he's at Andy Reid's level yet, and it's only because Andy Reid's been there. He was Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan couldn't get over the hump. Obviously, an elite play caller. Everyone loves playing for him, but just been in those big moments and just can't get over the hump. Also, I don't even know if it's him. Besides the fact that his players didn't know the OT rules, that's obviously bad. But you're going up against Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. You're Stockton, essentially. Like you're the Portland Trailblazers against Jordan. You're not gonna win this. Sorry. That's your fate now.
Yeah, I mean, tough loss, man. Tough loss. I know a lot of people. You mentioned the OT rules. I'm amazed at how many. Like, if I was like coaching, I would want to remind my people about the OT stuff, and I would want my coach to do all that. But people are acting like this is damn brain surgery. Like, all right, the new rule is both teams get a possession. Takes you 10 seconds to be like, oh, that's the rule. Okay, cool. This is not the biggest thing in the world. It's not something that you got a super game plan for. There's advantages and disadvantages on both sides. And once the referee, because I forgot it too, watching the game, I was like, oh, is this the Josh Allen rule going on? Oh, yeah, they're both going to get a possession. 7 seconds later, I was ready for overtime. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I don't know. That's the new thing that people get on Kyle for.
I wondered whether, like, at first, I didn't know that the time would just roll over. I thought that it was.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And I'm like, what are they doing? There's 4 seconds. You know what it felt like? It felt like Dame versus OKC when, when there's like 6 seconds left on the clock. And you're like, Dame, like, go. He's nowhere near. He's absolutely nowhere near the rim. And he's at half court. And you're like, dude, could you figure out the fact that we need to score right now? That's how it felt. And then it was, obviously 6 to Mecole Hardman.
He was in that corner with like 3 seconds to go. Dame was. And I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
I was just in a corner of that. Like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah, like, Dame, come on. And I'm like, in the hotel room, I was covering the NFL draft. And I'm like, dude, I'm like in my, like sitting on the edge of my bed. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Dame? Could you shoot the ball? Shoot the effing ball. We're going to lose this game.
Are you taking us for a tour around your property?
No, I just needed to get the charger. And turns out where I thought the outlet was, my mom was whispering, no outlet. So we had to open the garage, get an extension cord. Now we are set for life. We are here for the normal 25-minute experience.
No, it's good. It appears like, are you standing in the middle of the yard? Like
driveway, middle of the driveway. I could probably go back now. I think let's go back now.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's fine. No.
I think
it's just. I was like, it just looks like you're standing. It doesn't look like you're on a patio. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Are you comfortable?
Very.
Okay.
Always with you. Right. Hope you guys know I've canceled all of my Tuesday hits indefinitely except for yours.
Even Memphis?
Even Memphis.
Wow.
Everyone knows.
They got indefinite suspensions. They got that Draymond Green treatment.
They said, yeah. I think they might have even told you guys that, but you knew that wasn't real. They might have told you Trista's not doing Tuesdays for a while, and you're like,
I don't know. We don't listen to.
Not for us.
I think we blocked the person who sends us emails. It's
Jordan
like, bro,
Green, that's junk.
Yeah, it just goes straight to the spam folder, and it's like, if Trista's not on, Trista's gonna text me and tell me she's not on.
I ignore the same way the people that send me the emails about bare knuckle boxing. I ignore their emails as well.
You ignore those like I ignore. It's time for your yearly anti-sexual harassment trainings.
Oh my God.
They are overdue by 121 days.
Also, hey guys, gonna need you to block out about 20 hours to take this sexual harassment training. 24 hours, something like that.
I just pretend like they didn't happen. I never look at my corporate email ever. Wow. I only look at my personal email. So if there's something that you need, you got to hit the iCloud. My
favorite company bit is the 20-hour sexual harassment training and the 10-minute racism training.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Hey, don't say the N-word. Keep it moving, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. Even if you hear it in a song, don't say it.
They're like, do you know what unconscious bias is?
That's the one. Yeah.
If you see a black guy walking across the street, just make sure he doesn't see you clutch your purse.
That's what it is. That's what the whole training is. Oh man.
Oh, also don't say Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, that's a different training. Yeah, that's a different training. Don't say Super Bowl in conjunction with anything that has to do with money. It's a big game. And don't say Kings, because we're not the home of the Kings.
No, can't do that.
Whoops.
Sacramento is playing today.
Sacramento is playing Portland, and you can come watch with D'Lo and Casey.
Sounds like that's from personal experience.
Yeah. Hey guys, don't forget, you got to say Sacramento. Yeah, cool. Been doing this 20 years. Thank you for the reminder.
Here's some big news. So my boss's boss sitting there, we were chatting, and he's like, so how's Sacramento? Oh, because I was on in the sports book with you guys last Tuesday, and he's like, how was your hit? And I was like, it was good. And he goes, it was Sacramento, wasn't it? And I go, yeah, it was. And he goes, you love those guys. And I go, yeah, those are my guys. And he goes, so how are the Kings doing? And I go, they're about as good record-wise as last year, but with higher expectations. And so people are obviously upset. And he goes, so this is a playoff team. And I go, yeah, they're a playoff team. And he goes, so we should start talking about round one, shouldn't we? And I go, yes, we should. So guys, I think we're greenlit for the first round of the playoffs. My boss's boss, the one that greenlights the money, is already on board and brought it up himself.
Let's go. Guys, we're going to need you to get to the first round of the playoffs. Because there's strong playing vibes happening right now.
Make sure there's a refund, a cancellation, free cancellation in 24 hours.
Don't go on Hotel Tonight and do it, is what you're saying. Otherwise, it's just vibes.
Yeah, there's strong playing vibes happening in Sacramento right now, and those vibes could get particularly stronger if they lose to the Phoenix Suns tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough game too. Phoenix feels like they're just operating offensively on all cylinders. Mm-hmm. But by the way, that Steph Curry 3 against the Suns the other night was absolutely outrageous. Just outrageous stuff. If the Kings are a playing team and the Warriors are not, our dubs, I will be despondent.
Well, the funny thing about all this is, what the Warriors have done in their last 10 games? They're 7-3.
Yep, they are.
The same thing the Kings were before OKC.
Well, I think the difference is at least in my head, I think the Warriors have won five straight. Yeah. They were significantly worse than the Kings.
Yes.
Like they were 4-5 games below 500, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, they've done that.
It's really for the first time since the first, I don't know, maybe 6 games of the season, 7 games of the season, when Draymond's like, everything is so much better now. Oh my gosh, the vibes were so bad last year. The morale in this building is so much better. Then they lost 8 of 10.
Now you come to work and you enjoy coming to work. Quite frankly, I think it's just a better environment to play basketball in.
That's right. I just feel like the team chemistry is now clicking in all cylinders, and that, as you know, is imperative for a championship caliber DNA type of a squad. You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff.
Oh man, they're
But
playing good basketball.
They are
though.
playing good
They're playing good
basketball.
basketball.
Draymond is important for this team. Turns out.
No, okay.
I mean, we can't deny it. I know that that's like a trendy thing, but
Well,
can't deny
I
that.
think they won 3 of their first 4 when he got suspended.
Yeah, they were losing when he was there.
But it's
And now
fine.
what?
Now they're playing well.
Pods, I do like Pods.
I like that
Pods.
kid a lot.
Like
Yeah.
Pods.
Or maybe Kuminga's averaging 28 points a game. Maybe that has something to do with it.
So I gave this out during Super Bowl week. There's a real, I mean, you have to keep in mind that the Steve Kerr rotations being erratic certainly affect these odds and the likelihood of you winning. So take this at your own risk. But Jonathan Kuminga, most improved player, is certainly right there. Him and Alperen Şengün, I think, are my two favorites. Now that I'm pretty confident Tyrese Maxey's not going to win it, especially considering how bad they're playing. I know they won the other night, but I do not care. Like, he's going to get double and triple teamed. He was minus 800 on Wednesday night when we talked about it at dinner. And 2 days later, he was minus 300, which is a pretty significant swing in terms of how heavy of a favorite he was. I think he was even more. I think he was minus 1,000 after that 51-point game coming back from injury. So, Goon Squad and Kuminga, a.k.a. Cum Buckets. That's what they call him. Pause.
No.
No. That's absolutely just, ma'am.
I got it.
Hey, you're
multiple flags on the field. Flags
you're-
everywhere.
Hey, one more and you're out of here, ma'am. Let's never call him that. Ever.
That was his first nickname. If you
I
Google,
don't care.
If you
I
go
don't.
into the
I'm not Googling that. I'm not Googling that. No, absolutely not. Sorry, Bruce.
Oh man.
Who is Bruce?
Gracious.
He's a child who listens to this show. He's our dear friend Bruce and his wonderful family.
He probably doesn't even know what that means.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till Uncle Kenny say, hey, go ask Uncle D'Lo what it means.
Oh gosh.
That didn't happen.
That is exactly, I feel like that's what happened. Well, there's some betting advice.
We
Put
did
some
do
money
our one small obligatory betting piece of content
What
inside
about
of
Dallas? Have you been paying attention to Dallas?
Yeah,
since the
I
trade
am.
deadline?
I'm real close to eating my words about how
Mm.
bad Dallas is going to be. Obviously, the Daniel Gafford pickup is huge. They needed a center. That's been the case. He fits like a glove. So they make moves. And the truth, though, is like past this year, they've got no draft capital. Obviously, the Grant Williams trade, well, the Grant Williams sign-in trade that they did last summer, they had to pay a first-round pick for him. So they're just giving away first-round picks like candy. So eventually that will bite them. But maybe it's like the LA Rams where they say F them picks, and they are trying to win now for Luka. Luka's been on another level, obviously, all year long. I think he's the leading scorer of the NBA. Kyrie coming back from injury is huge. Daniel Gafford, huge. And then they just got another wing. Then they just got somebody else that I'm blanking on. They got one more player in that trade.
Didn't they get?
I'm drawing a blank.
Didn't they get PJ?
Yes, they got PJ Washington, and he had a great night too. I think he had 18 in his first game.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's a good little fit. But Dallas, I'm still not 1,000% sold, but I think they're much more of a close, like, finished product than they were obviously before the trade deadline. They tried to go get Kuz now. Kuz turned him down. He said he wanted to stay in Washington.
Why are people on Kuz's head for that? Because the quote was he wanted to stay in Washington and build something. And they say Kuz is unserious. And people say he's a loser. Well, the man's trying to build something.
He's not. He's not trying to build something. He's trying to live in a place where there is no expectations.
He's trying to live in Chocolate City.
Yeah, Chocolate City, baby. He's just getting baddies. He's like playing on a team where he can just chuck all day, all night, where no one's gonna be on his head about anything except for like national media who like think about Kuz once every 18 days when he wears something crazy or says something crazy.
You
But
guys really think that's what he wants to do? Like,
yeah,
that doesn't
Spencer Dinwiddie, it has said like Kuz is a very unserious player. All Kuz cares about is his own individual accolades.
Black.
What?
Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black to a certain
You don't
degree?
think Spencer wants to play the right way?
I like Spencer. I knew Spencer when he was in high school, coming to Hacks. I like Spencer's game. I wish the Kings would get him. But Spencer about getting buckets.
This one thing I'm confused about. What the hell does Kyle Kuzma have to do with why would Washington go to him and like he doesn't have a no trade clause?
Yeah, why would they ask him?
I don't get that.
I don't either.
Like, who are you, Kuz, for us to consult with you on whether we want to trade you for two first-round picks? Doesn't make sense.
If that really happened, that's quite odd.
That's very Washington. That's just such a DC thing to do.
No.
Like, you saw what they did with Bradley Beal, where they're like, how can we make this right, Bradley? Like, how can we make you so happy? Oh, you want to know trade clause? Totally fine. Like, you want the super max for 5 years? Oh, yeah, all good. Even though you've played an average of 51 games per year for the last 6 years, no problem.
Players organization.
And this was after we unloaded John Wall to make you happy.
Yeah. Nuts. Just completely nuts stuff that Washington does. They're building nothing there. And now the Virginia senator is like, listen, if you guys think you're moving to Alexandria, you're not. I'm not paying a single dime in tax dollars for that arena to get made.
What was her official quote? Is like, if you think you're building that arena over here, you must think I have stupid on my forehead.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's a great line. That is a tremendous
line. Did I tell you guys I met Tom Brady over the weekend?
Yeah, so what happened? You was with Tom Brady, Vince Vaughn. Weren't you with Vince Vaughn too?
And Wayne Gretzky.
Come on, man. Talk to me. What was that?
So I get this random text from this guy from BetMGM that sent me out to Cincinnati to do this live event. And it was Kenyon Martin, Sean Casey, and Ickey Woods. And that event went really well, aside from the technical problems. And it was great. So that same guy shoots me a text, and he's like, hey, you don't by chance happen to be in Las Vegas Sunday, do you? And I was like, yeah, actually, I'm staying through the game. He's like, hey, meet me at the Mandalay Bay. I want to talk to you about this event that I think you'd be good for. So I'm sitting there, and he's like, so I'm not sure how much we can pay you. We'll pay you. And we still have to get you vetted. But it's a private event for 50 VIPs at Strip Steak Sunday early afternoon, right before the game. And it's going to be you, Vince Vaughn, Wayne Gretzky, and Tom Brady unveiling the new Super Bowl ad and then doing some Q&A like fireside chat style. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Did somebody cancel? Did somebody, like the backup, cancel as well? I was like, yes, count me in. Actually, I know you say you're going to pay me, but I probably don't need to be paid. This is kind of I'm very fluid. We'll call it fluid on the payment program. So show up at 11. They've got the setup all happening. We go into the green room, and it's Tom sitting in the back with his handler chilling. They all decided to wear the same thing, like black bomber, black little polo thing and jeans. Vince Vaughn comes in late, so we start the event like 30 minutes late. Wayne is definitely the most introverted out of the crew. The event was like wild too, because it wasn't really me even emceeing. It was me emceeing, teeing up Vince to MC, and he was confused. They had like these little cue cards of questions that were pre-approved by everyone's management. And Vince looks at me and he goes, I'm not asking these. And he goes, these are garbage questions. And I go, I did not choose them. And he goes, I'm ripping these questions up. I'm asking whatever I want. And he goes, you want to ask these? And I go, I'm pretty sure they don't want me to ask really much. I think they want me to kind of airline traffic control, which I'm totally fine with. just to be on the stage. I'm fine. And I was like kind of barely on stage. And but it was still dope. Don't get me wrong. And he was like, yeah, I'm ripping these cards up. And he did a phenomenal job. So I basically, introduced the commercial, introduced them. And then Vince took it and went for 45 minutes. And he asked them about, just really their life and how they got to this place. And Tom was talking about how much he appreciated practice because he was so tired of playing in games where everyone thought that their script was written for the Patriots to win every game. And Tom cussed way more than you'd think, like way more. A lot of F-bombs in front of the kids. Even at one point, I was like, oh, snap. And didn't say snap. He said, oh, S. Didn't know there was a kid in here. Sorry, F. And they're like, that. Oh, okay. There's no photos allowed, no videos allowed. I got one photo taken with the crew, with the professional photographer, which I hope to get. Like, I hope they send it to me. But it might just be a memory for the dome piece. You guys might just have to take my word for it.
Did you get paid?
Oh yeah. Just a quick G for 10 minutes. A quick G for 10 minutes.
Hey man, that was a hell of a trip, bro. What the hell?
Got the $560 back for the hotel, the little Best Western I was supposed to stay at. Got the money. Got the 2 free nights at the Aria. Went to the private party. Just great. And now I feel like I have a plug for this VIP BetMGM crew. It was quite fruitful.
Hey, pound for pound, was this the best trip you ever made?
That's a great question. I think it was probably the most productive. Yeah, probably the most productive.
The fact that you didn't know the answer is spectacular. That you couldn't definitively say yes. That's spectacular.
I think radio rows are so cool when you first do those. I remember my first year, I interviewed Tim Tebow for Avocados of Mexico. And like I think no joke, like legit, I think Tim Tebow might have fallen in love in that interview. My mom called me after and she was like, who's that guy with the guacamole? And I was like, oh, that's Tim Tebow. And she goes, oh yeah, there was like a little spark between you and this Tim Tebow guy. And I was like, I don't think that there was a spark at all. And she's like, oh yeah, there was a spark. I saw it.
Was this Trysta Tebow?
Was this short-haired Trysta with like a little collared button? Was this corporate Trysta?
Was that
no, this is before that. I think I had like a little leather jacket on and some Nikes.
Oh, it was edgy Trysta. Okay.
Edgy, like pre-corporate. First Super Bowl ever, just trying to literally solidify a job. So I go to the DirecTV party and I see him. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, my God, gives me a big hug. Hey, did that video come out okay? I'm like, yeah, it came out okay. Funny story, though. My mom said she thought, so funny, like obviously not true. She thought that there was a little bit of a vibe and a chemistry between us. And he goes, well, moms, they can always tell. And I go,
that boy got game. Oh, that boy got oh, snap. That church boy wanted the bad girl. Oh, snap. Crazy,
and I said, wait, are you saying that there was like a chemistry, like a vibe between us? He goes, he's just like straight face. Yeah, of course there was.
Tebow was trying to smash. I told y'all I heard some things about Tebow before. Tebow was trying to smash.
And I was so shook by it, like so surprised that I just like, all right, we'll see you later.
Offensive player of the year right there, Tim Tebow.
Oh yeah, he was
bad
ready.
News for our account executives is the second we go to commercial, I'm cussing every single one of them out.
Oh, no.
$1,000 for 10 minutes. Y'all hoes hear that? And that's probably hey Trysta, this is all we can afford to pay.
That is what they said. That's what the Cincinnati one was 5 times that.
Come on, man.
I said,
was
man,
it $5,000?
I should just do events.
50 minutes or just you should. You absolutely.
I was like, man, this is like. I also kind of screwed up a little bit. I forgot to introduce the ad. Don't tell anybody that. I forgot to introduce the ad until the end because it didn't flow right. And they're like, did the Super Bowl commercial play? And I was like, no, I think it should go last. They were like, okay. So I didn't even do it right anyway.
Which one was it?
It's the one where Tom's won too much. So.
That's right. Because Tom was in a couple.
Yeah, everybody can play.
Tom was everywhere. I thought the Dunkin' Donuts one was funny.
It was cool.
That made me laugh.
Cool. I don't really like anything Boston, so it's whatever.
Well, you love New York.
I love New York.
New York.
Jennifer Lopez and Fat
Boston
Joe
ain't
are in
got
it.
no business. Leave J-Lo and Fat Joe in there. I don't need to see
Wait,
that
real
was the
quick.
whole point of
I
that.
have a bone to pick. We didn't
like
even talk about the Usher Super Bowl party. I mean, the Super Bowl halftime show. Quick. You love that, D'Lo?
Absolutely.
Hold on,
What are you talking
Calm
about?
down, Trysta. I don't
What
like
are
the
you
way you
talking about?
said
Absolutely.
The problem that I had was that the audio quality was clearly not, like, something was wrong. His mic was low compared to the music in the band, and I thought that was like immediately 50% off whatever rating I had. Also, I thought that the opening song wasn't great. I also thought
Wow.
like, I was like, wow, that's not what I was hoping for. I also thought he didn't do enough, like, certain songs. He was only giving us 10 seconds. You could tell there was a creative dispute that went on before that show.
Oh,
Usher wanted to cram it all in. He didn't
Oh.
even give us he didn't give us My Way. So
Oh, dude.
I thought
I think he did.
Yeah, he gave a little
wait,
taste.
oh no,
did,
You Make
but-
Me Wanna. He didn't give us You Make Me Wanna. And he didn't give us You Remind Me. Didn't think Alicia Keys needed to be there at all.
Well,
wow.
Well, I mean, now, Trysta, I enjoyed Alicia Keys, and she gave me, the
The
great
dress
song that I
was
love. But
the dress was enough to be like, I see why you're here.
look, I'm not gonna say she shouldn't have been there. I will say she didn't need to be there.
She did not need to be there. Did not need to be there. And plus, you had two cameos singing their own stuff. I don't want to hear your own stuff. I want to hear
Oh,
Usher.
that was perfect. You're wrong. Both of you are wrong. It was perfect. Alicia hitting it. I ain't got you for a
By the
second.
way, also,
my favorite songs
she
of
was
all
off
time.
key. She was off key. They had to cut it out of the
Oh,
YouTube. She
that
was off
happens
key.
a lot. That happened. That
yeah,
happened.
we
I've
don't
seen
worry
her
about
live many times.
minor
That happens
details.
sometimes. It's fine.
Minor details, just
It's
like
fine.
the part of the job we want to hear.
Wow, hater Krick in the building.
But here's the thing: I love Usher. He was
Oh yeah,
on
sounds like it.
my wall. I just hold him to a really high standard, and so I was hoping maybe OMG would go first, something more club related. Yeah, there was moments where I was like, I would have shifted this around, and plus it was coming off of Rihanna, which I thought was a perfect Super Bowl halftime show. Perfect.
He was better than Rihanna.
It was
He
10
was
times
not
better
better
than
than
10
Rihanna.
times better than stop it.
And then it's
He
not
was
even
10
Rihanna's
times
fault.
better.
She couldn't even move. She was like 7 months pregnant.
It was 10
He
times
was
better
okay,
than
so he
Rihanna.
was dancing. He was dancing his little ass off, and he looks good still. But there was a lot of sweat too. It was just he wasn't even singing the full songs either. You could tell he was just ad libbing, and then they had the pumped in song coming in.
No, that's cap. He was singing.
He was singing like every other word.
I think you're wrong.
And in a different key. You know when you go to a concert and they don't just give you the song in the right key, they always want to do extra. They want to give you the like live version key. I don't want that. Just give me the key from the album.
TT, you're wrong. You're wrong, TT. She ain't
Okay.
TT.
All right.
You wrong.
Trysta Tebow.
Trysta Tebow.
Trysta
Trysta
You're wrong,
Tebow.
TT.
Hey, go take a knee after this. That's what you need to go.
So I saw him on the red carpet after he got married to that model. And he gave me he did what Usher did to Alicia Keys, basically, but like
oh man.
And his model wife was like, and he's like, oh, it's good, like we know each other. And she's like, I do not care. He's like, you want to do an interview? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do an interview. And I was like, yeah, this model does not need to tell the backstory of this whatsoever.
TT. Oh, and
I don't know what to do with any of this conversation we've had for the last 30 minutes.
I ain't even gonna say it.
We went to Omnia twice this week, so we ended up getting out a little bit, which I ended up like surrendering to EDM because I'm not a big EDM fan, but I got into it just like temporarily. And my co-hosts were like, especially Ryan. Ryan was like, how do you just stand there? How do you just stand there and you're just getting the bitches? You're just a magnet. And I'm like, it's what it is. It's what it is.
Tell Ryan his ass got no game. That's why no one walks up to him.
So we missed going to Jewel, which had Kay Trinata playing because I made fun of his shirt because it was flannel. He wanted to go toe for toe with me on numbers. And I was like, I'm a woman and you're a man. You'll never. And so he went up, took him 30 minutes to change. And we missed getting into Kay Trinata. It's terrible. We had to go to Omnia. Nuts.
Another L for Ryan.
They just need to have the Super Bowl in Vegas every year. So
I
next year we
agree.
can go with Trista.
New
Oh,
Orleans.
I am now,
not
guys.
going to New Orleans.
Nah, I
I'm
might
not
go-
even
I might go to
considering
New
going
Orleans,
to.
bro. I
I'm not
might
going
go
to New Orleans because we might not get out. I ain't going to
March
New Orleans.
Madness, maybe there's a possibility they're going to send us back out for March Madness. So maybe you guys want to think about that weekend. And also start getting the sponsors on the ball now for Summer League. I think I might be dialed now. I think I might be in like the Vegas lane. I've got a club promoter texting me.
Like me.
I'm
He's
sorry. When
texting
was
me
the
about
last time you were
updates.
in Vegas?
It's been a while.
Okay,
but now
then.
everybody
Sit
want to
down.
be there.
Sit
I've been trying to go to Vegas for 3 years.
Yeah. Well, get on board, pal. Well,
Yes.
okay. I don't know what to do now, but we just blew past another commercial break. Do you have any thoughts on Beyonce's new records?
I have none. I have no thoughts. Haven't heard them.
Oh, you haven't heard them. Okay.
I am. Let's put it like very
hater.
precisely.
Be careful.
Let
You'll blow up
me be
this
precise.
You'll blow up this whole relationship with the wrong words right there.
Let me be precise. I am not anti Beyonce. So let me start by saying that. But I am not checking for Beyonce.
Oh,
I'm not like, oh, what's up? Like, is Beyonce coming out with another album? Like, where's the single at? Like, I'm never thinking about that. I'm also not thinking that about Taylor Swift either. I just,
is there an artist that you like that?
Rihanna. I really like Rihanna. Rihanna's.
Well, you don't have to worry about checking for an album then.
Yeah, she's never putting anything out.
Better go get some lingerie, some makeup, and call it a day.
Yeah, I've got Fenty contouring. That's about as close as Rihanna as I'm ever gonna get.
Is that true that she's pregnant again? I thought I heard that.
I can't remember. I don't know.
Wasn't she pregnant last Super Bowl?
Yeah,
they had that baby,
and I heard she was pregnant again. Could be wrong. Could be chatty.
Man, they are getting after it.
Get them out the way.
Can't blame them. Oh, well, that too.
Well, they're rich too.
You guys get night nurses.
Oh, you? Well, that's what you did.
I'm not rich. If I was rich, we'd have like 9 kids.
Wow. Verizon paid Beyonce a lot of money for that commercial. I thought that was the best commercial on Super Bowl weekend.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
How much you think they paid in total? It was $7 million for a spot. How much you think they paid Beyonce? They might have paid $10 million.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I think there's probably a lot to that because Verizon, I think, presented the Renaissance tour.
Okay.
And there's really loud rumors that she's going to be at the Sphere when I don't know if it's when U2 is done, but they really want her at the Sphere, and that Verizon will be the presenting sponsor of that. So Verizon is all in on the Beyonce business. So they probably play her a very, very healthy amount of money.
I would go to that. What would you think her opening song at the Sphere would be?
It depends. I assume if there's any conversation, I mean, this will be after the country record comes out. Like the Renaissance tour, that was the Renaissance album. Like there was there was Crazy in Love, but the Crazy in Love, like she did Love on Top in full, but she did a lot of records like Usher did, right? Quick. And then she go back to Renaissance, quick records, back to Renaissance.
I think it'd be Crazy in Love. If she's having a regular concert, I think you started off with Crazy in Love.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good one.
I start off with? Well, I don't know, but I don't think people gonna be waiting for that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, people gonna be. I don't think so.
Crazy in Love like that.
I forgot. What Kenny hates the radio. So songs that were hits on the radio. No, it's quite this unique thing with the guy on the radio on the FM show. He hates records that are played on the radio.
You think they're waiting more for Crazy in Love or Drunk in Love?
Drunk in Love.
Absolutely.
Drunk in Love, I think is Beyonce's like my favorite Beyonce song.
I don't think you're aware of what Beyonce's crowds look like.
Well,
what do they look like?
I'm not saying they're not,
because they're probably far closer to Taylor Swift's concerts than you realize.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And that group of people probably isn't checking for Drunk in Love.
That doesn't
matter. That doesn't matter. The question was, would she start with Crazy in Love? And I don't think she would.
No.
But it would also be, remember, you're at the Sphere. What sets the experience with the lighting and all of that crazy stuff?
Baby Boy.
Crazy in Love? or is it Cuff It, or is it
Cuff It.
something
It's
off the
Cuff It.
Renaissance album
To
or
start your out to
to
start it.
start
It's Crazy in
every
Love.
okay.
I don't think so.
That's how you start it.
My mom is in the
You did
back.
like 30 seconds.
My
of
mom's
Crazy.
in the back screaming Formation.
I don't even think she did Formation on the
would be
Renaissance tour.
That'd be fire.
Yeah,
My
Formation
mom
would
said
be
she
heat.
needs to. She said she
Can you
needs
imagine what that would look like? With like soldiers or something marching
Yeah.
around that
See,
thing.
I need in Renaissance. I didn't go. It looked phenomenal, but I want that. I want that Beyonce Sigma Phi Sigma. I want that experience. That
Yeah,
Coachella-
I saw On the Run.
So
that homecoming experience.
She was great in On the Run. She absolutely hated Jay-Z at that point. Like you could tell. And that's, I think, what made it great. Because there
I
was
did go to that
tension
show.
on stage.
Forgot about that, yeah.
Such a good
I mean,
show.
they didn't talk at all. They didn't interact at all.
She was sitting on the other side of the stage all the way with her back turned when he did Song Cry. I was like, whoa, this is wild.
Yeah, that was kind of bizarre. Great show though.
Great show.
Also make nachos with Dak on it for Super Bowl.
All right, we can't be telling all the stories, all right, Mom? She wants me to unload the clip on the stories. That's next. We'll do next Tuesday.
well, wait a minute.
yeah, wait,
I
what?
heard nachos. Like what is there a
talking?
nacho story?
Yeah, I see.
Is
Don't
your
do
mom just sitting off in the background listening to this?
Does
Yeah,
wanna
she
be-
loves.
does
She
wanna
this
say
is
hello?
her favorite hit. This is her favorite
Oh,
finally
we
gets
Does she
love you,
want to
Mom.
say hello? Like, she's welcome.
hit. No,
Okay.
she doesn't. But she likes to chirp. I'll be on the phone with Hotel tonight trying to get my money back, and she thinks she can help out by chirping from the cheap seats.
That's what moms do.
So I made my first Tostitos. I think it was second Super Bowl, to be fair. Minneapolis.
Ooh.
Do you remember there was this it was called the Puppy Bowl, and I
Yeah,
had
they're on like 20.
it was 18, I think. It was or maybe 19. No, it was 18. It was Minneapolis, and it was Eagles, Patriots. I remember it being super cold, and this husband-wife duo, the Peets, Holly
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Pete. You remember her husband used to be an NFL
Rodney
player.
Pete.
Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney Pete and Holly
Rodney
Robinson.
Pete. So it was Holly Robinson Pete. So I kept getting Holly Robinson Pete. I kept fumbling it in my I kept having a hard time saying it. We had to start it again. So they just decided they didn't want to do the interview. They cussed me out.
Oh no!
Yep, they cussed me out. It was bad. It was really bad. I was feeling really sad about myself.
Oh.
And then I had to go into this Tostitos big tent to do a nacho challenge against Dak Prescott. And it was a full house full of Cowboy fans. And I thought I was going to be at home. But I was like, put on the little headset, like mic'd up. I'm like, you guys ready to see Dak Prescott lose at nachos? And they're like, boo, boo, hiss. It was like, it was Iron Chef. You only had like 8 minutes to put together, maybe less, to put together nachos. And I unplugged. He was trying to melt the cheese in the microwave, and I unplugged the microwave. It was a whole thing.
Holly
That was
Robinson.
when, that's when Dak Prescott fell in love too. That was when Dak
Oh
See,
man,
well,
Trysta
Tristan
got it like
Prescott, man.
that.
got him.
Wow.
Got him, coach.
That's why you have
Holly Robinson, that was my girl from Mr. Cooper. I used to love her on Mr. Cooper. Oh.
That's what I kept saying. Like, I used to love hang on Mr. Cooper, and her husband was like, like I played in the NFL.
Loved you on the Detroit Lions too, pal. Relax.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well,
My time limit went off on the Safari, so I had to turn it off. Don't know what happened. Did I black out for a second? Because my time limit
you're
started.
fine.
Okay.
No,
Good.
you're fine.
It's gonna be crazy what we do after you get off the show. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Yeah, we'll fix it out. Yeah. Just,
How are you going to pivot away from this? I don't know.
well, we're not going to pivot. We're going to go to one of a series of commercial breaks that we're going to have to take. But no,
I love y'all.
fine. It happens every once in a while.
Trysta T.
We love you too.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We will
Trysta
not
T.
miss out on another Vegas trip with TK though. That's
Can't
for
do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys stay with me. I'll get an extra bed or two. Maybe I'll finesse them into a suite. We could just pack this place in.
She
Let's
got
do it.
mouthpiece. She'll make it happen.
Yeah. no
Actually,
doubt.
they booked me for 2 rooms on Sunday night, so you guys could have just stayed for free. They accidentally did that.
All right, Tristan. Now it's
man.
for,
I really
now you're
would've went out
pissing
there,
me
too.
off. So let's
Love y'all. Go to break.
I'll be back.
Pay some bills.
Yeah.